Shivagami madam, am I audible to you? Okay. Vijay Kumar sir, can I start? Okay. Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, all. Good afternoon, students. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, students? Okay, let us start. Let us start the session. Students, I am much delighted to be connected with you virtually on this special day. Okay, actually, this program, this webinar session, which is titled on Design Thinking and Innovation, it's being conducted as the part of IIC. I hope you might have heard about IIC, Institution Innovation Council, which is led by MHRD. It is Ministry of Human Resource Development. The ultimate aim of this IIC, that is Institution Innovation Council, is that fostering innovation, entrepreneurship and other scientific and technology related activities among the students in higher education institution. Okay, it's fully focused on nurturing research and development, entrepreneurship, startup related activities among the students in higher education institutions in India. Okay, at this moment it's my privilege to introduce me as the one of the innovation ambassador in IIC, that is Institution Innovation Council of Guru Nanak Institute of Technology, where I am working as a professor and head of the department. I am Dr. S. Jayanti. Okay, so now I would like to thank Mrs. Shivagami Madam, HOD of CSE, Tagore Institute of Engineering and Technology, Principal Madam, Management, and other coordinator who are keeping their effort in conducting this event. First, let us directly go into the session. Design thinking and innovation. I hope you might have heard about what is design thinking. Okay, first, before going into the webinar, students, you should have an idea about why do we have this webinar session on design thinking today as the part of IIC. Design thinking is one of the very interesting discipline which you have to know more about it. Nowadays, for the few decades, for the past few decades, companies are giving more importance to design thinking. Especially, design thinking is being extensively used by IBM, Apple, Google. Like, in short, we can say all the Fortune 500 companies, they have started using design thinking, and more specifically to say that in India, Infosys has trained around 1 lakh employees on design thinking. Okay, so let us tell directly to what is design thinking. design thinking, it is a discipline which which is focused on introducing products or solutions or new technology in order to address the requirements, expectation of users. Okay, so as well, two more reasons to focus on this topic is that companies are increasingly looking to hire people with design thinking skills. So, you know, students, if you have exposure on this topic, you surely at the end of this session, you may get some idea on what is design thinking, what is your part in this, and what are the career opportunities you have in this. Okay, and according to Glassdoor, which is a website which connects both the employers and employees, Madam Shivagami, Madam. Is my voice audible to you? Vijay Kumar sir? Because I hear some echo sound. Can you mute if any one of you on your mic? Can you mute it? Okay, so kindly just ask your students or faculty if anybody turned on their mic. Okay, according to the estimation of Glassdoor, yes. Okay. Is it not visible from the beginning onwards, madam? Just now it is disconnected or from the beginning? From the beginning only? Okay. According to the estimation of Glassdoor website, salaries above 1 lakh US dollars for design thinking roles in the United States. Just think about in a year, if you are earning more than 1 lakh dollars, if you have the role of design thinking professional, just you think about the opportunity you will get. Okay, so from this you can understand what are the roles and opportunities you can get if you have knowledge and technical exposure towards design thinking. Based on the growth of job offerings in 2021, it was conducted by LinkedIn. According to its information, web development, search engine optimization, design thinking, UX testing, and data visualization. These are the disciplines have more job offerings. Though design thinking is one of the discipline in this, which is the study conducted by LinkedIn. According to Zip Recruiter, design thinking professionals earn between $41,500 to $1,19,500, and top earners in design thinking, they earn $1,66 annually in United States. So design thinking professionals have more opportunity, as well as they can get high package jobs, and where design thinking professionals are most sought after professionals, because without design thinking innovation, none of the company can become a successful one. So let's discuss about the formal definition of design thinking. Design thinking is a discipline that uses the designer's sensibility and methods to match people's needs with what is technologically feasible and what a viable business strategy can convert into customer value and market opportunity. First of all, design thinking process, it has to focus, it has to give high priority to people needs. That is, it is a human-centered approach. It has to give high priority to the needs, expectation of users, where the users itself, they may not clearly understand their needs. Even in such case also, design thinking professionals, they have to empathize, they have to do empathy process, and through which they have to get a clear understanding of what exactly the customers need. Okay, so with this empathize, they have to apply technology, and through which they can promote their business. Actually, a design is collaborative, creative, experiencing, doing, contextual, playful, challenging, expressive, holistic, inclusive, and multidisciplinary. Okay, it has we cannot define design thinking or design in a single term. It has it has more. It is its definition cannot be narrowed with small or less words. It's very broader. Okay. So actually, design thinking, it is extremely helpful in solving problems that are ill-defined, even which are not unknown to the customers also. So though the customers or end user do not know clearly about their needs, design thinking professional, they apply this iterative method that helps resolve user issues or redefines the problems in alternative strategies and solutions. So let us discuss about how this design thinking is applied, design thinking process applied in PepsiCo. Pepsi company, it has adopted design thinking. It's, of course, there is no doubt in it. If it had not adopted design thinking, if it might not have reached us. Since Pepsi company has adopted design thinking, it has become a well-known popular company all across the world. So how it has become a successful one and well-known popular brand among the people all around the world? Let us discuss. So why did PepsiCo choose a design thinking, and what are the changes it experienced? Let's discuss. PepsiCo's sales rate increased when the company started addressing consumer needs. Okay, as I already said, this design thinking, it's fully focused on satisfying the expectation needs of customers. Okay, so with this emphasis, Pepsi company also, it has fully focused on satisfying the expectation, needs and requirements of users. So which is the very first and very important step in design thinking. So since they implemented design thinking, through which they given priority to customers' expectation. So since they implemented, Pepsi company's sales rate increased when the company started addressing consumer needs. The company communicated with customers as the initial step. The Pepsi company communicated with customers. Customers are more specifically to say it's not customers with consumers, because Pepsi company that provides beverages and drinks, cool drinks, right? So the persons who consume it are consumers. Rather than telling them as the customer, consumers is the right word. Okay. The company communicated with consumers and solved problems by collaborating with teams and using innovative thinking. So as the first step, every company, those whoever implements design thinking, their first priority is to know the need of consumers or customers. Okay, with that input, They have to work as a team, they have to collaborate and propose innovative solutions in order to solve the problems and cater the interest of consumers. The company empathized with users to design successful processes, products and services. Then when they emphasized with users, and finally they produced the products right in order to satisfy their the expectation of the consumers, right? So now at last the company saw profit with effective business strategies and innovation. So as well, the Pepsi company, so one of the highlightable innovative solution which is proposed by Pepsi company is that vending machine. Okay, this vending machine, it has more innovative, it has more innovation, because just I would like to show one video now. You can see how the vending machine works. So it's a Pepsi interactive vending machine. You can buy a drink and you can also pick over which is a desirable flavor, and you can buy it. Not only you do buying activity, you also do games. Students, I hope you can observe how it works. It's an interactive vending machine. So you can, to operate this, you have to touch, then you can choose the product which you would like to buy. And while buying, you can also pick a flavor. After picking your flavor, you can buy it. Then as the second step in this, you can also play a game. How to play a game? Pick any two squares. Pick two squares in this set of squares. If these two squares are similar, you will win the match. Okay, if you win the match, you will get the prize. Then even when you get the prize, you can choose your prize, that is which flavor, which product you need, you can choose it. Then later you have another choice also. You can immediately drink it, otherwise it will be gifted you and it will be delivered to your address what you enter in this vending machine. Okay, so this is the innovation proposed in this vending machine. So it is very interesting, right? So from this, I hope you can understand how this Pepsi company attracts the customers' interest. They not only let the customers to buy the product, but also in order to increase the interest among the people, in addition to the selling and buying activity, selling and buying process in the vending machine, they also give the choice for playing the game. That is, after the purchase of the product, the vending machine give one more option to play a game. That is, they are permitted to choose two squares. If those two squares are very similar, they'll win the match. Okay, in this way, users will get a good experience, good, happy and joyful experience while buying the product. Let's discuss why design thinking is very important. So just we have discussed about a Pepsi company and what their innovations, how they cater the interest of customers. Just we discussed. Um, Now we are going to discuss about why design thinking is very important. Why it is chosen by all the companies as one of the important activity. Let us discuss. It's a human-centric technique. It adopts human-centric techniques. Uh, why it adopts human-centric techniques? Because without understanding the customers or consumers' needs, requirements, none of the innovation can be proposed and will be successful. Okay, so actually this design thinking, it's an iterative process, and it again and again redefines the problem. Again and again it redefines the problem in order to provide simple solutions, in order to satisfy the customers need very effectively. And it promotes a solution based approach, and it develop empathy with the target user and hands-on approach to prototyping and testing. You see in the slide, you can observe there is a madam, a teacher, Miss Monica is there. She is the class teacher for first standard students. Her problem is to create interior design for the classroom. Okay, so as a teacher, since she has the responsibility to design the classroom, interior design of her classroom, first of all, she should understand the students' expectation, needs, and their interest. So, as the part of this, first, her duty is to speak to the students, discuss, collaborate, and she has to let herself in the shoes of first standard students. Then only she can clearly understand the needs, interest of students. Okay, so first she discussed and collaborated with all the students, interacted very deeply, and she has taken much time with the students to discuss about their interest, problems. Then she started doing her interior design. Okay, so when she did this interior design, after the deliberation with the students, then it becomes successful. How it becomes successful? So since she created the interior design in such a way to address the collected needs. So she collected through deliberation with students, right? So according to those points, she designed the interior decoration of the class. Now, after the implementation of interior design, as the outcome, she observed students like to stay in the class. Good improvement has been observed in terms of interaction, and also students move freely in the classroom and more interest in learning. They show more interest in learning when they are inside the classrooms. So in this way, whatever the problem is there, solutions can be proposed if only the users or customers, consumers need, requirement, interest is known well in advance. So let us discuss about the design thinking phases in the design thinking process. It has 5 phases. One is empathize. Second step is define, ideate, prototype, test. First step, as I already said, empathize, which is the very important step. Empathize means knowing the interest, feelings of the users. Okay. Then knowing the interest, requirement, need of the users. In second step, design thinking professional can identify the exact problem on which they have to work on. And generally design thinking professional, they never work as a standalone as a single person. They always, before proposing any solution, they work as a team, they collaborate, they proposes many alternative solutions by performing several brainstorming sessions. Okay, then after identifying the exact problems what they have to solve, then in next step is ideate. That is, the team has to propose solutions, alternative solutions. Then from multiple alternative solutions, one better, the efficient solution has to be chosen by the team. Then as the next step, a prototype in which the chosen efficient solution must be designed. The simpler version of that design has to be made, and on this simpler version, feedback has to be collected from the customers, and according to their feedback, the modification again it has to be done. Then finally it has to be tested. The original version has to be made, and its efficiency has to be tested. And though this design thinking has 5 phases or 5 processes, these are not there is no need to be done sequentially, and any step can be done once or else or multiple times, and these 5 processes can be done iteratively. Let's now discuss 4 pillars of design thinking. While starting design thinking, we have to follow these 4 important points. First one is understand by asking users' need, then explore by finding patterns, then prototype by providing specifications. As the final step, evaluate by always iterating. So first, as the first step in the design thinking, as I already said, empathize. It is very similar to empathize. We have to understand the user's need. Then with that clear understanding, the team can explore patterns. Then it has to be a prototype. Then it has to be final one. It is very similar to evaluation, is very similar to the testing process that is mentioned in the design thinking process. It has to be evaluated by always iterating. The meaning of this is that since this process is a continuous and iterative process, at the end of the 5 phases, in the last step, it is testing, right? So it has to be evaluated. The efficiency of the solution has to be evaluated in view of customers. Okay, and always the company or the design thinking team has to be in the task of improving the efficiency of the solutions in order to acquire more customers. The famous American businessman Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs, he's an investor and co-founder and CEO of Apple Computers. He says that design thinking is not just what it looks like, but it is how it works. Okay, so design thinking, it proposes design. That design, it is not merely focused on how it looks like, but it has to be more focused on how it works. So of course, when every successful companies are adopting design thinking, so there is no doubt in it, Apple Computers also adopted design thinking and innovation process. That's why it has become a big brand and well known to the world. So let us look at this slide. Here you can understand the innovation that has been made in the remote control. So you can see here in the left side the remote control, which was used earlier, which is an universal remote. What is the disadvantage in this is that it has more buttons, so that's why it looks very clumsy, and it is a complex one. It is not a simpler one. It looks like a complex model. Okay, so that's why, in order to avoid this complexity, smart TV remote is introduced. So you can look at this, very less number of buttons are there, and you can make a comparison how this smart TV remote is looking very simple compared to the universal one. And as well, one more advantage, it is not only having the less number of buttons, but one more important advantage is that the TV can also be operated, it can be operated using mobiles also. Okay, so these are the advantages of introducing a smart TV remote. So why this was introduced? Okay, the design thinking team, when before introducing this smart TV remote, they observed the environment, interest, and the problems which were faced by the TV users. Okay, so with that knowledge, they proposed this smart TV remote. They eliminated the number of buttons, as well as they have also proposed an alternative remote, that is, the TV also can be controlled using mobile phones. And students, according to the Design Management Institute, the performance of design driven companies are outstanding. Okay, just in the beginning of this session itself, I told that most of the companies are, almost all the companies whichever is popular, they have adopted design thinking process in their companies, and they give more priority to the design thinking professionals. And also 75% of the organization have accepted that they are engaged in design thinking. So you can look at this tomato ketchup. The problem what exists in this container is that when ketchup count is ketchup it is very less, when it is becoming empty, then it was very hard to take the remaining one when it is less in quantity. Okay, so this was the problem faced by the consumers. In order to overcome, or else in order to give solution to this problem, now the container shape is changed, so they have reversed it. So you can look at this container. So now the problem which was faced in this container is completely solved, because now even though the quantity is very less, so it can be easily used. There won't be any problem faced by the customers. So let us move on to the important few examples I would like to show you. So let us take the case study of Uber Eats. So the Uber Eats, it is very popular to us. The problem statement for them is that Uber wanted to find customized and affordable food delivery at the tap of a button. So the only solution to provide customized and affordable food delivery at the tap of a button is that they have to propose a website. They have to propose an app for that. Okay, so before developing or producing such app, for ordering the food, or else which that app can be used not only by the customers but also the company persons also, including delivery persons. Okay, so then how this Uber Eats become very popular? Let us discuss. It has become very popular because they have adopted design thinking process. Initially, they gathered the requirements, interest, problems faced by the consumers and customers, through which they have, they have defined the problems clearly. They have defined the problems clearly. Then with that problem definition, they perform the ideate process, which is the third step in the design thinking process, where the complete team, which comprises design thinking professionals, they have a brainstorming session, they deliberate, they discuss, and they proposes many alternative solutions. Then from which the most effective solution is selected by the team and the management. That is made as the prototype. The prototype for that idea is proposed as the fourth step. Then finally they get that is a testing phase. They get the users' feedback and iterate the model. And as students, I think you can accept that every app they update their application. Every app they update the versions. That is, frequently they update their app. Okay, so why do they update their apps? The features and the features of any application is being updated very frequently or else periodically, because over time the customer expectation requirement changes, right? According to their requirements, expectation, need, the application features also need to be changed, as well as the efficiency need to be improved. Let me explain. Let me show few example in which this design thinking process is implemented. So can you see this belt? So how how design thinking process is implemented in this? This belt is very popular because in this centimeters are specified. So the person who wears this, they can easily observe their waist width. Okay, so which gives alert to the person about their weight and fitness. Here this is the advertisement for lipstick. So from this image you can understand very easily, you can understand the product is highlighting about their no chemical is added. It is fully organic. It never damages the lips or health of the consumer or customer. It protects the lips of the customer. Okay, just whoever look at this diagram, they can easily understand the meaning of it. So in this way, this product, it emphasizes or else it has implemented its design thinking process. So from this diagram you can understand what is being highlighted in this diagram. So here you can see this fish is completely made with the help with vegetables. So the meaning of this is that all the nutrients which can be possessed through fish can also be acquired through vegetables. So no need to be to acquire the enough nutrients to live a healthy life. No need to be a non-vegetarian. We can be healthy and lead a healthy life even if we are vegetarian. So in order to emphasize the nutrients contained in the vegetables, this image is made. In this image, design thinking is applied. So, and one more example, in this sofa, design thinking is applied. How come? You can see here the books are kept, I mean, in the corner of, in the four sides of the sofa. So it gives comfort to the readers. They no need to move around, they no need to spend their time, they no need to spend their time as well as their they no need to be distracted. They can completely focus on their studies because all the required books are kept beside them. In this way, in this sofa or chair, the design thinking is implemented. You can see in this staircase, it is more multiple usage. Okay, in order to use the space very effectively, in under the staircase, generally we won't use the space under the in steps, right? So here these steps, it has two usage. One is for climbing up, another one is it is also used as the racks. Then in this you can understand it is used as the container as well as, I mean, it is used as the tea as well as the it has a space for keeping the biscuits, right? So in this way, this cup can be used for multiple purpose. Here you can see this is the CT scanner. This is the normal one, and in this one you can understand the difference between this, which has this is specially made for the children because the pediatrician, they faced the problem of while doing the scanning for the children. Okay, because they get more fear if they are scanned using this normal machine. So in order to overcome the fear, to eliminate the fear of the children, this has been designed in such a way to make interest among the students and to eliminate the fear of them. So now this plate, now you can see here this plate has more grip when the server carries something. So there are many products are there. Here you can observe. So when the restaurant is designed in this way, more consumers can sit and take their food. This is the stroller wheel, which is a stroller wheel. It is used in aircraft as well as in infant vehicle. So why this stroller wheels are used? Because to get more grip despite the floor, despite the nature of the floor. Okay, it has more grip compared to the other wheels. This is the invention used in these products. Then this is selfie stick. Then in glass also, in this glass innovation is applied. In this ladder also innovation is applied. That is, unnecessary part are eliminated. From this ad you can understand, this ad emphasizes the word memory. When the it highlights memory loss is generally memory loss is considered as the normal one with aging, but actually it is not. It could be the system of a fatal disease. Okay, so this ad, it emphasizes the memory loss, right? It leads to fatal. Leads to fatal disease. And here in this diagram you can understand what is missing. Line is missing, right? So what it emphasizes, so now in India lines are vanishing, right? This is what emphasized in this diagram. And here you can see in this diagram, so here helmet is mentioned. Here you can see if you don't wear helmet, you will meet hell. Okay, so that's what emphasized in this. And here finally I would like to say Dr. Abdul Kalam, who has been a who is a missile man, he proposed a lightweight prosthetics. He observed the struggles faced by the disabled children, because during that time they were carrying they were struggling with artificial limbs that weighed at least 4 kg. Then, since he observed the problem, he proposed one lightweight prosthetics which weighs 10 times lighter than that. So this the composite material which was used in developing this lightweight prosthetic is used in rockets, in making rockets. So he adopted that idea in proposing this lightweight um, prosthetic which can be used by the disabled children. Students, in this way, design thinking can be used in number of ways, and ultimately without design thinking it is not possible to become to lead a successful business. Either either you are going to become a CEO of a company, you can become an entrepreneur, right? When you become an entrepreneur, you will be the CEO of your company. Or else, since I think majority of the students joined in this session session belongs to CSE and IT, so you may have chances to become CIO, Chief Information Officer, or CTO, Chief Technology Officer, or you may become a IT engineer, IT manager, or software engineer, or project team lead. So many professions you have, career choices you have. So whatever may be the profession you take on, you have to adopt design thinking process in your career. Then only you can become a successful person in your career. Thank you, students. Thanks for listening the webinar session patiently.